Kayla said she needs the YouTube link.
Huh?
Kayla just commented in the chat saying, I need the link for us, please. Kayla said,
I just put, that's the one you put in the chat, Odom. I just put that YouTube link in there.
Yeah, hold on. I'll send her the link.
Well, I just messaged all of us in the group. It's the one that you had. It's the YouTube one in the Zoom account that you had.
YouTube one's for public. The Hangout.
Is that what she wanted?
No, she wants the Hangout.
Oh.
There we go.
Well, that's all you.
Where you're just telling your teams to come check this out, right?
All right. Now, are we good?
I think so.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do, guys. If you're watching this right now, let me, I need to turn off or like delete some of these posts, make sure people aren't posting the wrong thing. Okay. We had really big tech problems. So give us a second here. Okay. Right now, if one of you guys, where I put that YouTube video link in the chat, if you guys would just make a comment on that and say this is going to be the comments or the questions thread, that's what we use. Sound good?
In YouTube or in Facebook?
In the Facebook group, under the YouTube link I put for this live stream right here, just let people know that's going to be where we're taking questions and stuff. We got all mixed up. There we go. All right. All right, we're good. So this is take 3. We just jumped on our 3rd broadcasting software. Apologize for all that, but what you gonna do, right? In the military, there's an acronym called PACE: Primary, Alternate, Contingency, and Emergency. There's always supposed to be at least 4 methods of communication. We're on contingency right now. So if we go down to emergency, we're just gonna close this thing off because I'll be too frustrated to even talk at that point. So why you guys are here? Obviously, you see we have some of our top leaders here for the team. I'm just going to kind of jump right into it because we've already wasted like 20 minutes, and so I apologize for all that. But so there's going to be some big changes coming down, and I want you guys to be aware of them. This broadcast is very much informational. It's not pitchy and it's not hypey. Okay, you guys, I think, understand by this point kind of where I'm coming from and how I, view things. And so I want you guys to know the facts and know what's going on and be able to make an informed decision that's reasonable for you and that's going to help continue to move your business forward. Okay, so why are we here? If you think about BlackBerry, the company, back in August of 2007, their share price was $236. That was right after the iPhone came out. BlackBerry executives thought it was a joke. No one's going to want to use a phone without buttons, at least not business professionals. That's going to be a toy. That's going to be a novelty. Fast forward to today, and their stock price is at $11. Okay. Things change. Business changes. The market evolves. And if you don't build a company, if you don't build a system, if you don't build whatever you're doing and anticipate growth and anticipate change, you're going to be caught with your pants down, right? So we're here to talk about that and to help you guys and support you guys in growing your business and being able to be self-sustaining and more effective as you go along, without being dependent on technology, without being dependent on any kind of system or any certain leader or anything really. You guys, we have hundreds of people, a couple hundred people that have quit their jobs to do this stuff full time. not just in Team Phoenix, but within GAZ and Balage's group. We have dozens of people making multiple six figures, some of whom, if you ask them to build a funnel, they don't know how to do it. If you ask them to mail an email list or to host a webinar or to present, like they don't have that skill, which to be really self-sufficient online, like that's one of the things you really need, I think. And so we haven't done a really good job of preparing people to really, hold on, I can still have Zoom in. Let me close that off. Done a really good job of preparing people to really take charge of their lives and their own business. We talk about lifestyle design and all that kind of stuff. And we help people make a lot of money, but we haven't been good after that, in my opinion. And that's for a number of issues, a number of reasons, number of split focuses going on, technical challenges, all that kind of thing. But the purpose of this broadcast is to start opening up channels to fix that. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of give you guys a brief kind of little story about how this whole thing came about. Not the whole thing, but this last year or so, we ended up talking with Jang and Julian, coming over, merging our system and our team with GAZ. In terms of Enagic, I'm under Jang. Almost all you guys are under me. And so like we're all part of the same thing. But as far as a company goes or a marketing system, we had reached a point independently where we really were having a lot of technical challenges. We didn't have the systems in place we needed to grow and to scale and to provide you the best level of service and opportunities for your growth. So we decided to partner with Julian Jang and GAZ, use their system, plug in our content, and the goal, the entire time was to eventually have a single unified product, a single unified system that allowed a bunch of people the opportunities to brand themselves, to grow, to have multiple funnels, multiple different, avatars, one single common language, but and a community, but a lot of opportunities for growth and for people to grow and develop and, really have the best of everything available out there and to spread around the community and make everything better. Which is a great vision, great idea. We had a lot of challenges with that. We merged in June, ran through a lot of technical challenges. Some of you know some of them, some of you don't, but it's been a long, fairly frustrating road. Now we've had, over the last 6-7 months, you've seen tons of success stories, tons of people making money, but we have had a lot of people frustrated. We've had people where this is kind of sold as a 90% done for you system, which is something I don't necessarily think is the best way to position this long term. But also, they get that expectation, and then they come in, they see certain things don't work, coaching calls get dropped, landing pages get stale, or emails don't get delivered. Things happen, and people lose confidence, or some people end up doing really well, and then they get frustrated because they're not able to grow past that point. We've literally had people making money, having their record-setting months, and then saying, this platform isn't helping me. It's not. I'm going to go off and get this other software. I'm going to do this other thing because that's where I want to grow. That's where I want to take my business, and you guys aren't supporting that. So we've seen a lot of that over the last 6-7 months, and there's been a lot of frustration because we all talk about all the different, the leaders and stuff. We all talk about, the vision that we had, and it all sounds the same, but then when you actually get into the nuts and putting systems in place and, the technology and the policies, I'm going to mute Brian because he doesn't seem to know how to do that. When we talk about putting the policies in place and all that kind of stuff, there's, what happens in reality on the ground, that vision doesn't align. The vision I've always had for this to be an entrepreneur incubator. You come in, you learn how to make money online, you get your, you get off the paycheck to paycheck, you get out of debt, all that kind of stuff. You start building a lifestyle. Now, what do you want to do? You can make a bunch of money, but who really cares? Like legitimately, like after you make a bunch of money, who really cares? What are you going to do? What are you going to do with are you growing as a person? Are you growing with your skill set? Who are you helping? Are you just making a bunch of sales, making a bunch of money and partying? Or are you going to build another business that, that gives back, or you're going to help other people grow their businesses and brand themselves and create their own culture, that kind of thing. So we don't have anything, or we haven't had anything in place to do that, to facilitate that growth. We've seen people, get distracted. People fall into the crypto MLM stuff, or, different MLM programs or other affiliate programs, and people that are making money, that are doing this, that see that it works. But then again, there's not the next level for them. There's nothing for them to really feel like it's their own thing. So they go off and they create their own thing, or they, they join some other people, or they chase money, they chase fast money, thinking that, they know everything because, for a year or two, they made money because a lot of things have been done for them. And then they get out there and they find out, oh crap, I made money for a month and then that company went under. Or, oh, that leader that promised me like, hey, we're going to be millionaires in 3 months. Well, now he's not making money either. And now he's on to this thing. And so it's just a cycle. We've seen that over and over, and we're not insulating people against that. We're not training people to grow to where that's not going to be a factor for them. So, that's a very, immature marketers do that. I've done that kind of stuff. Everybody has done that thing where they get in to something, they make a little bit of money, and then they're like, I can do everything. But they don't really have the skill set to do it. Okay. So we've seen that happen. And things have been very much going towards, in my opinion, more centralization versus empowering people. Okay. That's not something I like. That's never been my vision for this whole thing when I created Team Phoenix. And it hasn't been what has gotten us to this point. So with all that being said, today is when I'm announcing the retirement of the Team Phoenix brand, right? For me, it was always, and I created Team Phoenix because I wanted it to be, it wasn't just going to be like, Brandon Odom's marketing mafia empire or whatever. It was going to be based around you guys building your own brands, Picture Perfect Lifestyle, the Original Power Couple, the Inked Entrepreneur, Chris the Idea Guy, and all the other people out there, Freedom Tracks and everything else. And that's what we really wanted, but we wanted the system to be able to support that growth too. Okay. And so there's been, and this is, right now is the height of the negativity that I'm going to actually bring out. Cause this is not like a bash gas session. Okay. This is really and as you're going to see in a second, I'm very happy in the direction for them that they're starting to go right now, because they're actually starting to implement a lot of things we've been trying to get implemented that just haven't happened for a number of different reasons. But there's different visions and there's different culture within this community, right? There are different cultures. We've had a number of well, like I said before, a lot of leaders, a lot of people that are getting results that their team is not happy, or they're not happy because they can't grow. They can't, the system just doesn't support them. Okay. So to start off with, back in about September, I had a talk with Sean and Melissa and Chris Baden, and they talked with Jang as well about this whole thing. And they actually decided to start building their own system. Okay. So they've partnered, they've been in Russell Brunson's Inner Circle group. Russell Brunson, if you don't know, he's a 9-figure earner. He's the inventor of ClickFunnels. He owns that company as well as a lot of others. And he's one of the best marketers, if not the best marketer on the planet. So they've learned a lot. Initially they didn't know much, right? When they first got into online marketing, I taught them the little bit that I knew. Then they learned from Cameron and Keala and all these top marketers, and now Russell, and now they're world-class marketers in their own right. And so they've connected with 7-8 figure earners to build a system that is going to facilitate the growth within their team, the culture that they created, and that's going to have the policies that people in their team, their marketing styles really, or it's really effective for them, right? And so, and it's been blessed off on. So just so you guys know, I'm going to bring them out here in a little bit to talk about all that too. I supported that decision. I am not an equity partner or an owner in that, but I am an advisor for it. And obviously I have a vested interest in seeing them succeed, not just financially, but because I, actually give a crap about them. They feed me when I come to their house. So anyway, so while that was going on, while they've been putting those pieces in place over the last several months, we've been working to try to get things the way they should be within GAZ, or the way we feel they should be. There have been some, creative differences, differences of vision and opinions. But the bottom line is what we can agree on, and we have agreed on, is that we want the best solution for the newest person, right? And so part of that being, you guys are affiliates. You're driving traffic from your marketing efforts. You have an avatar. You have someone you're targeting, oil field people or military or teachers or doctors or couples or whatever. And then they get into the system. They get into the community, and they get introduced to a certain type of culture. Now, that culture isn't necessarily right or wrong, but it's polarizing. Okay. And it has been polarizing, which when you're doing marketing initially, you're front-end marketing, you should be polarizing. Donald Trump became president because he was polarizing, not because everyone loved him. If everybody thinks you're like, oh, he's an okay guy or whatever, he's just a guy. Like, you're not polarizing, but you're also not making any kind of impact. If you are polarizing, if you are putting something out there, people are either going to love you or hate you. And that's really what you want, because you don't want to deal with the time. You don't want to spend your time. You don't want to have the stress or the frustration of dealing with people that hate you. You want to serve and help the people that love you, and that are going to follow you and that are going to take action on what you're teaching or training, be a part of your team, all that kind of stuff. So what we've seen a lot is there's fractures in the culture of people coming in, where there's a certain type of group that, the events that GAZ puts on, the calls, the leadership, the personalities, all that, they really gravitate towards that. And that's great. We have some people, some of our leaders that are going to stay doing that are part of that culture. They love it. Their leaders there, and we support that, and we want them to continue to thrive. And we want GAZ to do well. There's almost 8 billion people in the world. We could every single person on this call, go off and build a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 million company, and we could all be fine. There's not going to be an issue that way. We'll all be high-fiving and, hanging out at the Enagic headquarters one day when they just offer us the keys, right? So anyway, so we want that to continue. We want that culture to thrive. For everyone else, we want you to have an opportunity to grow where you think you're going to get the best training and you're going to get the best culture, the best training for where you want to take your business, right? And where you want to bring your buyers in. Because again, this whole thing isn't just like we could just literally people not even see our faces, put out some campaigns out there and make a bunch of money. But that's not what this whole thing's about. You're bringing people into part of your team, part of your family, business partners, and you want them to be comfortable. You want them to feel like they have a place to grow, and you want to know that too. And you want to know that you have a say and you're in charge of that. So myself and Brian and Travis Fox have co-founded another company and a marketing system that we put together as well. And we are all basically coordinating these launches to keep everything, this is not really a pitch off. This is not like, oh, my thing's the best, your thing's the best, whatever. This is about what is best for you. So how I'm, revealing all this, and the reason I'm revealing it this way, the typical internet marketing style launch is like you give this big lead up, you drop all these teaser videos. You've seen a little bit of that, but nothing like what you would typically see for something like this. You get, a 4-video series, you get everyone on a webinar, you hype it all up, and then you open up the card and you drop some ridiculous offer and thousands of people buy and you make all this money and you pop champagne bottles. We have kept this whole thing very much under wraps. All the GAS leadership knows about this. They blessed off on this. We've talked with everybody, all the leaders, about how this is going to work, because we didn't want you guys to be distracted. A lot of people just had their best month ever in January, which we knew that people were going to have that momentum. We didn't want to do anything to interrupt that, and we want you guys to continue to be able to thrive. So that's why we're doing it this way. It's literally just kind of a surprise because we wanted it to be that way. And you have a couple options. Number one, basically do nothing. So if you are having awesome results right now in your business with GAS, with the system as it is, and you're not running traffic to my webinar, you're going to be just fine. Okay. We're not doing anything to say like you have to come over here, you have to do this, you have to join this system, whatever. Whatever you feel is right for your business. Now, if you feel that you're on Sean and Melissa's team or Chris's team, and you're like, you understand that culture and that community, and like you see what they're putting together, and they're amazing leaders, and you're like, that's where I want to be, that's where you should be. If you're on Brian's team and you've obviously seen what he's been able to accomplish over the last couple of years, and you look at the other people, any single person that has listened to his advice, like Garrett and Aaron and Mike and Jesse and all these guys that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and if you do what he says, there's reason to believe you're going to get similar results. Then where you should be with that. My funnel within GAZ is going to be removed here in about 7 days. Okay. Whenever I give Jane the green light, basically the email campaigns that are in there now, the links are going to be transferred or redirecting to the GAZ webinar. So it's going to be Carlson's webinar. I'm not promoting any more GAZ webinars. The one that's up right now is a replay. And we're going to keep that up through the end of the week. And then my email campaigns will be taking that out of Infusionsoft over this weekend. And then my funnel is going to reside in the company myself and Brian and Travis have built. And so want to give you guys that heads up, and then also encourage everyone, regardless of really what you're going to decide to do, you should go into the back office. You should download your leads, download a CSV file. It's very easy to do. Go into my leads up there at the top left. It says CSV, click a button, and it will download an Excel sheet. You can upload that to an autoresponder. You should get in the habit of doing that anyway, because those are your leads. You paid for those, you did the marketing. And regardless of what system you use, or even if you continue to use GAZ, you need to be able to, manage those leads and own those leads yourself. Okay. Because you never know. There's always, you never know what could happen with any time you're relying on a system. And if you're building your own email list, you're building your own asset. Okay. So with that, first I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out Sean and Melissa and Chris, and they're just going to kind of, tell you guys a little bit overview of their system, what it's called, their vision for it. We all had dinner recently and talked about our visions. We have very, very similar visions. So it's not going to be that dissimilar, but I want them to get that opportunity to kind of share with you guys. And then we're going to bring out Brian and Kayla, and maybe Taylor, is she around? I don't know. But anyway, we're going to bring them out, let them talk about our thing a little bit, and then we'll just take questions. And I pretty much kind of blocked out tonight to just answer questions. So if you guys, I know you guys have some, we're not going to get real deep in the weeds on, technical stuff. There are a few things we'll highlight, but starting tomorrow, we're going to start doing some webinars internally for the different teams that will go over all those questions. show you the system, give you sneak peeks and all that. And then show you the timeline for actually getting involved if that's a decision you want to make. So with that, Sean, Melissa, and Chris.
Yeah, what's up, Coach? Can you hear us?
Yep. Take the floor.
Guys, obviously, Sean and Melissa Malone, the original Power Couple here, and Chris, the idea guy. Chris, you want to say hi?
Yeah, what's up, everyone? Can you guys hear me okay?
Cool. Yeah, man.
Okay.
You're good.
Cool. I don't know if there's a
For
little
sure.
delay on my side, but
Yeah, so I'm going to let Chris talk a little bit, and then we're going to share a little bit. So, Chris, go ahead and take it away, man.
yeah, I think you guys are hearing the surprise tonight, and it was intended to be so. I think the first thing to keep in mind is the changes that are taking place. These changes are completely different than what's gone on in the GAS culture before. Meaning, we're in full communication with GAS. We're in full communication with each other. We're not enemies here. We want the front end user to win. The goal is for the front end user to win. You want to know the secret of how we all make money? The front user is able to win and keep making money. Like I'm being ridiculous right now because it's just the truth. And so the reason we've kind of rallied around together and had this communication is we believe that to be true, and we want to continue making that happen. And we have ideas and styles of how to execute that. And that's what's really fun and really cool about this online environment is there's room. The polarizing thing that Brandon was mentioning, we each have our styles and they're both effective. Why? That's why we're both here. They both get results. And, for us, the vision, direction, the feel, the culture that we really want to step into and we want to expand is we want to have a clean, professional, family-friendly, fun, and a little bit quirky because you don't want to take life too seriously. That's kind of our style. And we that's already like our community. That's already our culture. That's all of our training and our ongoing support and everything. And that's what's been really powerful and strong for us. That's our move. That's what we want to expand on. And in terms of vision, I think, we see families. We want families. We have a specific number. We can't make people, have our goals, but our goal for people in our system is to be getting buyers within the first 90 days or sooner of coming into the system. And it used to be that way. So we want to get back to that and then break those records. We want to see families be clearing 20K a month. And maybe I don't want to go on too long. The last thing that I want to share as far as vision, I'll hand it over to you, Sean and Mel, is we want our system to be bigger than ourselves. We've had success and we're making impact in our own lives and those around us, but we want that to keep going. Personally, I feel my creator created me to create, and creation keeps going. And so we want part of that vision. This year, we've already partnered with an organization called Never Thirst. And Never Thirst provides clean drinking water to third world countries. Currently, there's about 800 plus kids that are dying a day. And being in the space that we're in with clean drinking water, that's a really clear connection where we can add value. And we have goals for multiple wells that will be put in different countries. And so that's a little bit, a few things that we're really, really excited about. There's more to that, but I want to give you the highlight reel for right now. That's a feel of, the type of culture community we're building, the direction we're going. And Sean and Mel, I'm sure I missed a few things. What do you want to jump in and say?
No, Chris, I think you did a great job, man. Yeah, to his point, right? So our objective is to make this program bigger than us ourselves. So when we went about this, first of all, we went and got all the permissions. We made sure that Coach Odom was on board. We made sure that all the guys from GAS were on board. We had all those good relationships and the chats with everybody that we need to. And when we went off to develop this thing, we were thinking like, how are we going to make the biggest impact in the world rather than just for ourselves? Because when you start to make money, that's great. What do you do with the excess? That's the question that has been plaguing us since we kind of started moving in this direction. And to Chris's point, we said, well, why don't we figure out like how we can really do a lot of good, what's in line with our visions. And so we went through this whole exercise. We looked at hundreds of different charities. We came up with Never Thirst because they are like right on point with where we're going, what we want to do. And so personally, we had a goal anyways by the end of this year to be donating $5,000 a month to have one well built just for us personally in third world countries. Our platform, I'm expecting that thing to get to like 10 wells a month. So when you start putting out 10 wells every single month in third world countries, a lot of people start to get, a lot of clean drinking water, and that's going to impact a ton of lives. And that to us is really where the vision goes, right? So a couple of things that we discovered on our journey. The first one was when we first got started, guys, just know that you're lucky, because when we got started, and with Kayla, especially because she started with us, and Brian, I think, and Brandon, there was only 3 videos, right? There was only 3 videos. It takes leaders like Kayla and us and Chris and all these guys to come into this thing and really go dig down deep and figure out what it is that needs to be done. One of the biggest things in our path was we were seeing people get involved all gung-ho and then drop off after like a month, after 2 months, after 3 months. And so over the course of our tenure here in our building, what we decided to do is we needed to figure out a way to have a higher level of accountability. So we started playing with some ideas, and we came up with like some really good ideas, and all those ideas now have been built into our program. I'm really excited about that. So that's one thing that's coming up, and that's one thing that we really struggled with is like the only person that held us accountable is when we were like, hey, Coach Odom, how do you do this? No response. Because he's too busy working his big ass team. Like that's what it was, right? And so then it was really Kayla and us like brainstorming back and forth, like how do you do this? How do you do this? And she'd go off and do something really cool. We'd go off and do something really cool. And it was like, oh, it works, like cool. And it was just a great atmosphere where everyone started combining all these great ideas, and like we started getting the accountability in there. I was grateful for that. Second thing is we got to a point where we're like, just like Coach Odom said earlier, like we ran out of skills to learn from Global Affiliate Zone side. So we're like, okay, where do we go and find another place to come up with some skills? And so that's one of the things we've also tackled and put into our platform. So that's another whole big piece. You guys are going to see the reveal tomorrow. We're doing our premiere reveal tomorrow night. Super excited about it. So that's another thing that we got personally trampled on, not trampled on, but rather stifled is a better word, to say, where do we go? Where's the resources? And that's why we followed Russell Brunson. We saw what he was doing. We read his back history. Like Coach Odom says, we personally believe that he's the #1 marketer in the world for online stuff. And so we did every penny we've made in this business, we've reinvested back to go learn more. We've bought lots and lots of training programs. We went and got into Russell Brunson's whole entire value ladder. We bought every single product that he ever had, and we just climbed into his inner circle. There's only 88 people in the world that are in that group. And as of 2 weeks ago, it's gone up to, I think it's $100,000 a year, every year, to be part of that group. Okay. So we have him and his whole organization and his network that are really kind of leading the path of where our platform is going. I'm really grateful and excited for that. And of course, we've got Brian and Kayla, and we got Coach Odom to consult with us and continue sharing ideas, because it's about the front end user, like Chris said, about you guys really making that impact, getting online and winning. One of the other things we also kind of stumbled through was what happens when we get to a point where maybe we want to offer other products, right? There's no place really that can train you on that. There's no place that can give you the credibility in the testing bay or a ground for that. So we built that into our platform as well. And then the biggest thing for us, guys, is automation, right? We believe when we climbed into this business from the first time, we needed to figure out how to be able to sell trifectas without ever getting on the phone, just simply by running a marketing campaign. That is our ultimate dream vision for this business, is to get the front end user to come in and learn a full system of automation and learn every piece of it along the way, from the 10% that you start with and the 90% done for you, stepping into all the other pieces, the coaching, and all the way through the paperwork and dealing with the Nagic and all the other stuff that we're doing. At the end of the day, we want those users, just like Coach Odom said, to be able to come to us and say, look, we're ready. We want our own white label platform. Like, how do we do it, right? And that's the vision. That's where we're going. And we have a lot of big agenda items. We've got our schedule lined out. Just some really cool stuff, guys. So I encourage you to stick around tomorrow at 6 p.m. I don't know, Coach, can we drop a registration link? It's just, oh yeah, the name of our platform, I forgot to share that, is the Digital Genius Lab. Okay, the Digital Genius Lab. So if you go to digitalgeniuslab.info, you can register to watch that workshop tomorrow, and that's open to anybody within the Global Affiliate Zone network. And yeah, we're going to be revealing our big premiere tomorrow, and super excited about it. There it is. There's the logo. Thank you, Chris. You guys can see that there. Really, really super excited about that. So anyways, without further ado, I'll give it back to Coach Odom. Guys, we're really excited. And again, this is a choice for you, right? It doesn't matter where you go, as long as you're going to go to a place that fits your culture and it fits you for the direction in the life that you're going for. Oh yeah, I guess I should also mention that we are going to be the Pro First Touch guys, where it's a 6-month first touch rule, no matter what. Very small circumstances like family members or close relatives, that might be an exception, but it's going to be a case by case. But for the 99%, we're moving towards, thanks Chris, you can unscreen share. We're moving towards we want a fully automated six month first touch rule is what we're going after. So with that said, thank you for the opportunity to share, Coach, and hand it back to you.
Cool, guys. Appreciate it. Cool logo, right? I like the little nerdy thing. So yeah, so that is their system, Digital Genius Lab. It is a 6-month first touch. And the other side of this coin is what we are going with. Myself, Brian, and Travis co-founded this company. And if you guys, some of you may know Travis, some of you don't. You saw him at the GAZ event in DR. His whole thing it has a program called Architect of Being. Okay, and this is the personal development stuff, but it's with a different twist. Me personally, like I've gone to some of the events, right? You know, I've gone to the events. Everyone harps on personal development. I've always kind of been a little bit the oddball, maybe a little bit rebellious in that, because you know I've gone through other experiences in my life that now I don't want to. Well, so I've gone through other experiences. I'll just talk about me. That you know, if you're chugging through the swamp for 6 hours carrying 90 pounds, like you develop a certain mindset, or you drown. So like that's what I've used, right? So I've always wanted live events that had some like a real program of getting you to the finish line, not selling you into the next event. Okay. And I haven't found a lot that I've really resonated with. We connected with Travis through actually Brian. Brian's been doing some work personally with him. And then now he's actually a speaker at Brian's Mastermind coming up. And his program is very much building the hard skills of not just the mindset, not just, you know, why do I do what I do, but how do I really build the life I want, and what are the obstacles that are going to prevent that? How can I break those down? And then how do I grow from there? How do I actually grow a real business, structure a business, you know, do this like a professional? Because then, you know, this stuff is a science, you know, not just marketing online, but growing a business, growing a company. Like you learn how to do that, and then you can do it again and again and again. And so that's kind of what we feel is on our side. One thing we feel that's lacking. So there's going to be a live event component to this that people have the option to go to, but it's going to be encouraged, and that training program is going to be an integral part of not just our coaching process, but training within the community itself. As far as our system goes, I'll let Brian come out and just talk a little bit about that and his perspective on the whole thing, because this was actually his brainchild. He wanted to. He was obviously he'd come into this, with some prior experience, but no real, success in marketing online, but completely blew this thing up. But then he wanted to grow. He wanted to grow from there, and he felt like his leaders needed a place that would support their growth, that would teach them how to build different businesses, how to brand themselves, and how to really take charge of their lives. So he came to me with this idea. We talked about it, and we decided to move forward on it. Again, to give you guys some options, some additional tools, some additional software that's gonna help you grow. So Brian, you want to come on out and kind of take the floor here?
Yeah. So basically, guys, I think it was about 3 months ago that I really started. Well, maybe even. It's been a while. Like, I've obviously been thinking about this for quite some time. Now, actually putting something in play and like really trying to figure out what we were trying to design. That's been like crunch time over the last 3-4 months, right? So the vision that I had, and the reason why I had it, was because what I really realized is that you can make money with Enagic, you can make money in this marketing, but at the end of the day, it becomes a huge issue when people can't grow into what they want to grow into, right? And if we don't provide that service to them, we lose them. Like, we've had people that have come in here, and me and Brandon have spoken about this on a prior webinar, that have made tens of thousands of dollars and then have, suddenly left, right? And gone to a different, marketing company or something like that, because they're feeling a little bit stuck in their business. They're getting bored, and ultimately boredom creates complacency. And next thing you know, those, $20,000, $30,000 months start kind of declining, right? So my vision for this was somewhere where we could create a true entrepreneur, right? Not so much just an online marketer or affiliate marketer, right? Ultimately, if we cannot grow as an entrepreneur, then you're not an entrepreneur, you're a one-trick pony, and you're going to stay there, right? And that, you run a huge risk with this, right? If you're doing just Enagic and you're not, like, at a certain level, like, obviously our primary objective will always be Enagic, but as Enagic itself, there's going to come a day where we hit market cap, right? And start saturating the market, and there's going to be obviously a significant amount of less money to be made. And so if we're not supporting growth, the newest people coming in here are going to be the ones that are affected the most, right? They're not going to be in a position where they can just, start another company, right? They don't know how to. We've restricted them from being able to do that, right? So we want to create something where somebody can come in here, make money, get them out of survival mode and into thrive mode, and then really find out what they're passionate about, right? Once we find out what they're passionate about, then we as a whole, between me, Travis, and Brandon, can actually service that passion and help them build a business around that. Now, not only so personally for me, what I did was I wanted to create a clothing company, which is soon to be launching. I'm not going to pull my pitch in here or anything, but yeah, so I'm going to be launching a clothing company. Now, for some people coming into this industry that have no idea what they're doing, that's going to take some time, and it's going to take failure. It's a given, right? That's starting a business. But we can actually mitigate that by providing the proper resources for them to actually grow into that, with their Enagic business still being able to run, right? So we're going to actually be able to create an entrepreneur and help you design your business regardless of what it is. And on top of that, there's a lot of things like this cryptocurrencies that are coming out that are, obviously on a huge hype right now. And that caused a lot of problems within the GAS community because people didn't get the information that they were looking for. What ended up happening was they went to external resources, one being Uzi Tech, which obviously we all know came to a crashing halt, right? And they didn't really get the information because we didn't provide them with the information, right? And we want to be able to you know, when something like this comes along and we hear about it and, you know, we see the value or don't see the value, that you guys come to us and we can give you the resources to, you know, get that going or whatever it is you might want to do with it, right? So versus you going to external resources and could just completely get screwed, which has happened numerous times with a lot of people with, you know, we've ultimately had, you know, I don't even know, like 5 or 6 different companies come into our organization and just like destroy it. Right. And that's because the lack of culture and lack of growth. Right. They're feeling stuck. Like we all know the saying, you know, entrepreneurs have multiple income streams, and we're literally providing one. And that to people is not growth. Right. So we want to provide it. So, you know, we have multiple different offers. As you get going and you start making some serious income, so that you're not stuck with just one thing. That being said, Enagic will always be the core offer, right? It has still the best business structure, the best way to make money, but we also want to service those that have a different passion, right? Because not everybody's passion is Enagic, right? Yes, it's a good stream of income, but at the end of the day, it might not be your passion. You know, maybe your passion is, like, for instance, my girlfriend, the reason why I'm out here in Bali is because she wants to do her yoga teacher training, right? Well, I want to service that. She wants to do that for the rest of her life. She's passionate about it. She loves it. Well, then now I can service her on the skill sets that I have, right? So she can, you know, learn the skill set she needs to learn. Now I can show her how to take that skill set, get it online, build a proper business, how to structure that, how to use her income and utilize it for wealth management. And we really needed to find a way to do that. And that's actually where Travis is going to be coming in to really help with business structuring and what to do with the money when you do have it. Because a lot of times what happens is you guys get money and money is exciting, and then you just go and either, you know, blow it on, you know, stupid useless items, or, you know, like me, I travel, but, you know, that's just me personally. Technically, that's a write-off, so whatever. So you know, we want to really make sure that your guys' money is accumulating more money. Because if you're always working for the rest of your life doing this because you're always trying to catch up with your income and your spending habits, then you'll never really get ahead. So we're going to teach you guys how to do that. And then, as Brandon was saying, the ACE Initiative, which is the company that the company name that we have, which I'll show you the logo in a second. We're going to be having quite a bit of events. These events are to make sure that you're not screwing yourself, basically, right? That you really know how to manage yourself, manage your money, and do things properly the first time, instead of screwing it up, failing, and then restarting, right? So these events are, like, personally for me, I've been working with Travis for quite a while now, and just what I've learned about myself, more so how to fix myself, not just, oh, I know I have a problem, sweet. Good job, Brian, you suck. You know, like, I need to really figure out how I can fix my suck and turn it into something good, right? And that's where Travis has really excelled, and that's why we decided to bring him in here. And on top of that, his credentials, he's a double PhD, and surprisingly, I didn't know this until I went to his house, but he's got Emmys, you know, which is, I took a picture of them and cropped my name in there, but it was a pretty cool experience. You know, he's got a lot of cool credentials, stuff that's really useful, like hypnotherapy and psychology, but he's put a twist to it, you know, something that they kind of combine themselves, and really trying to figure out why you're having these problems and how to fix it, versus just you having problems and not knowing how to fix it. And you come out of an event and, you know, you feel good for a week, and then next thing you know, you're falling into your old habits. So those events are going to be required for you to grow. You know, like, if you're not coming to the events, then, you know, ultimately you're just going to keep falling into the same habits, which is what I've experienced. Even from the events that I've been to, I always seem to fall into the same habits that I've always had. So breaking past that was a huge breakthrough for me, and this this coming from Brandon, right? Like, I know Brandon and his personal development, and you know, the things that, you know, they want you to do, and he just like, why would I do that? You know, like I see it at some of these events, and it just it cracks me up to watch, because like I try and engage with it, but I see his point. And so we wanted to change that, right? So Travis won't be here tonight because there's no need for him to be here tonight. He will be on our webinar that we'll be hosting tomorrow. I think it's about 7 p.m. PST. And we really, as a whole here with Sean and Melissa and Chris, Kayla, and everybody else, we wanted to make sure that you guys make the best decision for yourself. We're not here competing with each other. We're here working together so that we can grow as a whole. And that's how we would want you guys to grow as well. So when you guys wanted to grow, we'd be there to help you as well. We don't care how you grow. We don't care what you want to do. What we care about is that you know how to do it and that you get the help that you need, right? So with that being said, should I show my logo there, Brando?
Yeah, let me give you guys a quick little screenshot of the logo. So that's our logo for the ACE initiative. ACE is Architects Creating Entrepreneurs. So that's that. All right.
That's that. All right. Sneak peek, that's what you get.
Yeah, sneak peek. So forever, going forward here, there are a lot of questions. We are going to answer a bunch of questions here, or at least I am. After this, like, if all you guys want to pop off, and I'm just going to stay here and answer question after question probably on Facebook. Yeah, drop them the questions below on Facebook, the YouTube link. And who was Jesse's comment? Who was that? Oh, live stream. Okay, I'll have to check on YouTube in a second. Just to give you a quick, I'm gonna mute Brian again. There we go. Just to give it, he's got kid. So just to give you a quick recap of what he was talking about there. Because he covered a lot. Enagic's the core. It's still going to be the core of all of our systems. It's still the core. What we want is for people to grow past that, right? Not out of it, not away from it, but to grow with it, right? That becomes a foundation. That gets you free. That, you know, gets your family a quality product that is going to improve your health. And then, you know, one of my passions is Latin dancing, right? I built a dance company. I set up the LLC for it. I used Facebook ads marketing to like grow that company and to grow that brand. And now I'm throwing some live events for it and stuff. And like, that's something I love to do. You know, that is really, it's fun for me, you know, and we want other people to take this skill set and give them the resources to go out and use it, launch a business, and then grow it, and then launch another business and grow it, and do whatever they want to do. Not everybody wants to launch a business and, you know, raise $50 million and, you know, do an IPO and all that kind of stuff. But maybe you do, and maybe you want access to people that, you know, have 400 million under management. You know, maybe you need you know, a couple $1 million credit line, and we know the people that can do that and can get you hooked up to get you off the ground. That's what the whole thing is for, to provide a network and training to succeed with whatever you want to do entrepreneurially. Okay, so that's what that's all about. Not just helping you make money, but obviously that's still, you know, the core. And if you see nothing else other than, hey, these are just different systems that are gonna help you make money, well, that's accurate. They are some systems that are gonna help you make money. These are different tools and software, right? I own ClickFunnels and Leadpages. They both do the same thing, but I only promote ClickFunnels and that's what I use. But I make affiliate commissions from Leadpages, so I still have it. I still have that software. So don't think like it's, you know, this is necessarily an either or type deal. You need to focus on one thing. You need to make a decision over this next week or so. But and then you just need to build your business with whatever tools you think is gonna help you the most. I will start answering some questions here in just a little bit. I do want to bring out Kayla and Taylor. Taylor just popped on and just share it. I know Taylor was late, so you don't need to talk too much. Just, explain what, what your feelings are about the whole thing. If you're excited or not, if you hate us, whatever.
I love that you're like, don't talk too much.
Don't talk too much now.
That's so funny. Basically, really, guys, we're doing this switch, and there's systems being created and changes happening because we've watched so many core people and people who know this business or who are putting in the effort to learn this business, and they're not succeeding. They're not even halfway as far along as we know that they could be, because we had a system that brought so many of us success and has helped us gain that education and that skill set. And that is what these two systems are for. They're not to make you feel like you have to choose between your friends or your family. It's not to make you feel like you're not supported in your decision. It's just for you to sit back and to actually look at your business's growth, and to see if you're actually happy with it. And if you're not, it's time to make a decision on what's going to benefit you best. And that, it doesn't matter what system you go to. It doesn't matter if you go to Sean and Mel's system. It doesn't matter if you go to Odom's. It doesn't matter if you stay with GAZ. But make the decision to be happy and to know that your business is going forward no matter what. And so that's just why we're all on here, is we want you to have that decision and to know that you're supported no matter what choice you make. So that's all I got. So Tay, if you want to come out and say something, go right ahead.
I have like really bad service. I'm in a car right now and I miss like everything, and I have people messaging me like, oh my God, don't be mad. And so that was one thing I wanted to say is, guys, this is literally for everyone. Wherever you go, just like Kayla said, we're not going to be offended. This is to help your business. It has nothing to do with, friendships, relationships, whatever you're looking at this as. This is to get the best out of your business. Everyone has different styles. Everyone, has different, I don't want to say visions or goals. We're all going the same way, but sorry, Lena's being crazy too. But this is a great opportunity for you to, see what is best for you. And I feel like since I'm just hopping on, I don't want to like repeat something or like be completely off at what I'm sharing. But I at first was really nervous about this, and I was like getting sick over it because I was like, I don't know how this is going to work. How is this going to affect everything? It's going to be complicated and overwhelming, but it's not. It really isn't. Just sit down, think about what you want out of this, what you're wanting out of your business, and what path is going to help you get there. So it's not like anyone's going to be offended, upset. I promise. I've had so many I don't know what just happened. Apparently something crazy just happened that I totally missed, but I'm not offended if anyone chooses to go on a path I'm not going on. So we are definitely here to help. We're here to support. I think this is definitely going to be something that helps. It's going to benefit. I don't think it's anything that's going to hold anyone back or hinder further growth. I know everyone on this has full potential to do whatever you want to in your business. And now I'm just rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and toss it back to someone else.
Awesome.
Brandon.
Awesome, Taylor. Thank you. All right, so here's the fun part. Let's get into some Q&A. So first off, like there's not an easy frictionless way to do this kind of stuff. Like if you're brand new, it's like what is going on, right? Let me just give you a quick little story here. 2 years ago, when GAZ launched, okay, or what became GAZ, it wasn't even called GAZ at the time. When it launched, Jay and Julian and the leaders over there, they're promoting a particular company. This is a company I actually got involved with a couple of years ago, and I pretty quick got out of it because this was really hot for a while. A few years ago, there's a certain company that had it was a great idea, but in terms of the execution, it was a failure, miserable failure. Every big internet marketer out there jumped on this company. Some of them made a lot of money really fast, but no one could build a freaking sales funnel that converted for this offer. And it was ridiculous, except for Jay and Julian and their group under Cameron and Keala's tutelage. Okay. So they had been building that company, and throughout my early internet marketing career, I'd watch these guys build this community. Like I knew who they were. I never met them personally. But, I got mentored by Cameron and Kala originally too. And so I'd seen their growth. I saw what they did. I loved what they had put together, and all of us, every single one of us here are still, we're friends with them, and we're still going to be completely, grateful for everything they've done and for, blazing this trail, right? And giving us this opportunity. In reality, if Jane was still in the butcher shop and Julian was still in the gym, or professionally, most of us probably wouldn't be here. Most of you wouldn't be here. So complete gratitude for everything that they've done. But they're promoting this company that I found out that they were going to launch with the Nagic. I found out that they started learning about it. They had been connected with Blosh for a while, and they were going to make that transition. And literally, I was on their launch webinar, lasted about 5 hours, where there are people that had just joined the day before, and the top package at that point for that company was about $2,500. They had dropped $2,500, and then they're on this webinar talking about trifectas. And there wasn't an easy way to have that conversation and be like, well, that was last week, this is this week. In this case, it's still the core offer is exactly the same. This is kind of, the tools, the how-to. How are you going to get after building that Enagic business, right? And if you are brand new and you haven't even gotten on your coaching call, just ignore this. Just go through the training, get on your coaching call, go through the training, and start focusing on your business. Don't worry so much about the system. There's going to be different paths that are going to get you to the same goal, right? Landon and Stapes are in charge of the marketing and the new training for GZ. They are superb marketers. I've learned a lot from them over the years. They're friends of mine, and y'all are going to be in good hands. Same thing with Shauna, Melissa, and Chris, and Kayla and Taylor and Brian. Everybody, you're going to have the support you need. But understand that at the end of the day, this is your business. If you are not getting a result right now, and internally it's because you aren't actually doing the work, do not think that jumping to a new system is going to fix that for you. Okay. And there's a few comments here. Some of the leaders, like I said before, Jesse's staying with GAZ. Jesse is under Brian and Enagic. But, again, that he vibes with that culture, and he's built a massive team over there, and he's a leader, and we want the best for him, and we know he's going to continue to crush it. So, if you're working with Jesse or you're on his team and that's where you want to stay, that's fine. Again, there's no pressure for you to have to like, oh, I'm going to hurt this guy's feelings or whatever. Like, this is, again, every business is a people business. Okay. Now this kind of thing, a little more so probably than most, corporations out there. But at the end of the day, you have your own business. Okay. So what tools are going to support your growth the most? That's what you're going to want to decide. I'm going to start answering some questions here as we go along. If any of you guys want to pop in and answer, we can do that, but I'm just going to kind of just start going through here and see what we got. So far, people tagging other people.
There's a question about when.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say there's a question about when when can people get more information? So
some of your leaders now, we've done a pre-call with some of them to knowing that they're going to have a lot of questions, or you guys are going to have a lot of questions, and they're like a lot of them scheduled webinars for right after this call to kind of answer those. But as far as most of the information is going to start coming out tomorrow evening. We got 2 webinars planned. And at that point, we're, obviously we built these things to get, ourselves. And at that point, we're very much going to be the cheerleaders for that. But it's not going to be like, we don't have to bash other people's stuff to show you how great our stuff is. Okay. And so that's how we're coming about this. So we are going to be very public and, forthcoming with like, this is the best thing, we love what we built. This is for you, that you should get involved, but that's moving forward. So, that information is coming out tomorrow initially for the initial webinars. We're going to get developers on the different webinars, talk to you guys, about what we put together, show you some sneak peeks. There aren't going to be logins, or there are going to be logins probably this week for both systems, for some select leaders and coaches to kind of go through there and poke around and test everything, make sure there aren't any gaps. And then we're doing a soft launch team-wide for the two systems over this next week. So people are going to be able to actually join at that point. There's going to be a discounted annual membership. This kind of goes into one of the questions people are asking about pricing. We didn't want this, again, we didn't want this to be, oh, come join our thing because it's cheaper, or our thing's better because it's more expensive, so you should join, like that kind of stuff. So we coordinating prices, still $99 a month, exactly the same. We are offering for this launch window, which is going to last probably until February 20th. For this launch window, we're going to offer a discounted annual membership. It will be $695. That is commissionable as well. So, your people that you're bringing on will be a couple $100 that you'll get in a commission for that. And that'll cover you for the whole year. The idea behind that is to help you guys out, give you a break, and give you an opportunity or incentivize you to make a decision fast, and then get it over with and go on with your business. We don't want this. We're not going to be dragging this thing out for weeks and months. And my downline joined, and now I want to join 2 months later so I can get that commission off them. Like, we're not doing that crap. So that's the time. This next couple of weeks is going to be the time for you to make your decision. Whoever gets in, they get in, whatever system they're getting into, or they stay where they're at. Totally fine. And then at that point, after that, it's a pure affiliate program, right? So, if someone wants to join later on, they're going to go through someone's link, and that's where they get sucked in, or they get put. With a Nagic sponsorship, none of that's going to change. Okay. So don't think, my Nagic upline sucks, I'm going to join this. Like, I don't care. That's still your Nagic upline. You can use a tool, you can use a software if you want, but that's not changing their sponsorship, or you're not changing your sponsorship. We're not doing any kind of that kind of thing. You do not, both systems are inclusive. Like, so Sean systems, autoresponders, landing pages, funnels, all that kind of stuff. There's a question about, do I have to get ClickFunnels and Webinar Jam and all this other stuff? The answer is no. On our side, on the ACE Initiative system, we are going to encourage people to get Aweber, and we're going to give them campaign share codes for autoresponders to start following up with leads very quickly in their training. We are going to have some done for you emails with the funnels that are included, but for scalability with our system and what we're doing, we are going to start encouraging people to build their own list a lot earlier. And then we're going to give them some training on doing that, and actual email campaigns that they can just edit, put their content in their story a little bit, and start promoting from there. Let's see, there will be a replay of this. I'll post it here. Are you guys leaving GAZ? I'm still going to have an account with GAZ as long as, unless they decide to kick me out. But for the most part, I'm not going to have an admin account, and I'm not going to be taking questions or, promoting that system. If you have questions within their system or about their training or about their funnels or whatever, like, you go to them for that resource. That being said, like, we're all in terms of a Nagic sponsorship, we're still all under Jang and Julian with GAZ. And so we, if we succeed in terms of a Nagic, they do very well. And so they have a vested interest in us succeeding. So we're not, and we're still friends. Like, I've talked with all these guys, like we said before. This is one of those, like, it's not you, it's me. Right? So it's not like a crazy divorce or whatever. So a question from some of the leaders, are we supposed to get our whole team to come along? that's something you need to decide, right? There's two ways to look at this. And leaders lead, that's the bottom line. So if you, and they lead by their example, what they actually do. So, if you see the vision with our system, or, Sean and Chris's, or GAZ, and you feel like that's the best thing for your marketing style and for your team and for the momentum you have, and you want to make that decision and say, hey, for our team, this is what we feel is the best thing to do. Feel free to, ask questions, provide input, but this is the direction we're going. And you make that decision, I support that. We all support that, whatever that is. I will tell you, just as from experience, the natural tendency, if you are in this team at all and you have this entrepreneurial spark, the natural tendency is for you not to be, sit down, shut up, do what you're told. You are very independent. You want to grow. You want to make your own decisions, and you empower your people to do that. And they know you have their best interests at heart. I think they're going to follow you, whatever decision you make, but you're going to have a much better relationship because they have that opportunity to make that choice for themselves. Okay. Yeah, $99 a month, still paying 30% recurring commissions. One of the main differences we are for coaches, for each system, we are paying $50 per coaching call. Right now, coaches are paid $25 in GAZ. So that is a little bit different. What are the Phoenix webinar conversion rates and GAZ webinar conversion rates? Jay Lee asked this. I'm not going to comment on the GAZ ones. It is lower than ours. Our conversion rates range between 8 and 15%, which is fairly high for this industry, but a lot lower than it actually should be. And our refunds are higher. Part of the reason our refunds are higher is because differences in culture between what we're presenting in our training and our system, and then what people are experiencing once they get in to GAZ. My funnel will be in the ACE system. I am going to be revamping it and improving it a little bit, but just for you, so you guys know. Nick is saying, so a little bit of negativity. So GAZ just got rid of a young duct tape system for an incredibly streamlined one, and you want us to merge our entire teams over. It sounds like power struggle. No, it's not a power struggle. I'm happy that GAZ is making some of those improvements, because that's what we've been advocating for about 7 months. I actually, about 8 or 9 months ago, encouraged people in leadership to reach out to Landon Estates and bring them over, because I knew they were solid marketers, they understood culture, and they could add a lot to a value to our system. And at that time, that decision that didn't happen. But now it has, which is great. And because they knew, and GAZ knew this transition was going to be happening, that has encouraged them to prioritize a few things that to date hadn't been prioritized, and now they're making some improvements. So that's great. Other questions? If we start with one of these options, can we switch to the other down the line as there wants or needs change? I'm fairly new and just finished module 5. I'm not 100% sure which way is best. If you're not 100% sure which way is best, after watching, these webinars coming up, if you're not 100% sure, I'd say just stay where you're at. Stay where you're at, put your head down, put the blinders on, and, follow your coach and just, do the work. Later on down the road, you're gonna see, what are the pros, what are the cons with, any system you're using and how your marketing vibes with that. This is a long-term type thing. Like, this is not like, this system works for a week and then I'm going to go to this thing. Like this, you're building your business right now for years. So, there's plenty of opportunity to look into, version 1, version 2, whatever, of the various systems coming out. The thing is, we are not going to be tolerating people just bouncing around every month, right? Like, you need to make a decision, and relatively soon, within the next couple of weeks here, and then we just move on. You know, at that point, we don't want people, you know, there's going to be a place for you, but yeah, we're not going to, you know, you come into our system and then you're here for a month and then you're like, oh, I'm going to refund and I'm going to join Sean's, and then you're refund and then I'm going to go back to GAZ. It's like, no, none of that kind of stuff. At that point, we're just going to say, hey, go buy ClickFunnels and do your own thing. You know, so let's see. Jonah says, this is very disappointing. I don't know, you know, it may be for you. For a lot of people, it's very exciting though. A lot of people have been disappointed for a lot of different reasons, technical reasons, personal reasons, you know, system reasons, lack of growth, whatever. And that's brought us to this point because we heard a lot of those complaints. So this is the answer to them as best as we can provide it. You know, and at the end of the day, it's your business. It's your choice to how you react to things. So if you're disappointed, you know, you should reframe that as this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to rebrand yourself, to relaunch, to get new momentum, to get new energy in your team, you know. Let's see, how does this affect our payments when we choose our team? So if you decide to subscribe to any of these systems, it's going to be $199 a month. Okay. If you maintain a GAZ account, that's $99 a month. It's it's the same thing. Doesn't affect your current training. Go through the training right now. If you're in the training, just go through the training. Let's see, Draper. We answered that earlier. Okay, so $99 a month. We'll create an ACE webinar link later tonight. We obviously had some tech issues with Webinar Jam, so we'll probably be doing that on Zoom. Tara is asking where Taylor and Kayla going. They're going to be part of ACE. Blair, thanks for everything. Okay. What's the timeline? Okay, so we're like I said, Cassie, for the deadline for when you have to transition, there isn't a hard deadline, but we're doing a soft launch on the 12th. Okay, so some people are going to start getting links this week, but then links should be public for everyone on the 12th. And then that for a week after that is when we very much prefer, except for extenuating circumstances, for everyone to make their decision, be committed, and just start rolling. Okay. After the 20th, we want people to just focus on their business and use whatever tool they want to succeed. Kai, can we be a part of GAZ and ACE simultaneously? From my perspective, yes. I don't have any say on GAZ and what policy they make going forward. I think they have, at this point, at least, not really been clear about that because they didn't really know how this was going to go, I think. So, you know, in my opinion, like I said, this is a tool, this is a software, you know. I mean, I am on a ton of different marketers' email list. I bought a ton of different products from a ton of different marketers, and I've learned a lot from all of them, even the bad ones. I've learned a lot from. So if you're part of our system, you're going to learn a lot. If you're part of Sean and Melissa's, you're going to learn a lot. Same thing with GAZ. It's just what tool are you going to focus on? Where are you going to focus your marketing efforts? Or where are you going to send your leads? What's going to convert highest for you? As far as the pages, Project Freedom, Team Phoenix, I'll let Brian speak about his Project Freedom group. As far as Team Phoenix goes, so let me clarify something too. When Brian was talking about other offers, we're not talking about other network marketing opportunities, right? Or direct sales company offers. We're talking about affiliate products like clothes and like, you know, agency work and, you know, software and other things like that. As far as income streams, you know, we're not talking about like, hey, we're going to have a Nagic plus Amway plus Herbalife plus Mary Kay. Okay. So, and Team Phoenix Marketing LLC is one of my companies. And that is my Enagic distributorship is tied to that. And as a -3, like you have to be pure Enagic with that position in order to be to maintain your bonuses and all that and good standing with the company. And I'm not stupid, so I'm not going to go promote DTerra or something else. And my Team Phoenix is going. That's the only time you're really going to end up seeing that going forward. As far as the group itself, the Facebook group, that's still part of my group within Enagic. If you're a leader and you decide you don't want to put people into that group anymore, or if it's confusing for you or whatever, totally fine. You can use that as a resource if you want. It's going to be very much just kind of a common community, so a platform I can use to reach out to a large group of people at once to let them know about changing with Enagic, or maybe joint events, things. We decide to do a joint live event with GAZ or with Sean and Melissa and Chris, or we're all pulling together and bringing in some incredible speaker like Gary Vee or Grant Cardone or something, and we all want to do a big event together. That's what that platform will be for, but it's not going to be focused on training or any specific system. We're starting separate Facebook groups for all that, from all of us. As far as the Skype chat, I'm probably just going to start a new Skype chat for different coaches. But that Skype chat was started for manual verification. This is Cindy's question, for manual verification on all the buyers coming in. I'm still going to be posting buyers. I still have a GAZ admin account, and we'll have it until I give Jang the thumbs up that we're good to go. So I manually, because we have had tech issues on the Phoenix side with getting buyers properly coded, every day, a couple times a day, I go through and I check all the buyers that come in, make sure they're coded to the right person that they should be coded to, and then I post those in that Skype group for all 117 of you guys to see, so you let your teams know if there's any confusion there. We're going to continue to do that until the 12th. At that point, once I pull my funnel out of GAZ, they're combining the two products. It's just going to be a GAZ Pro membership. And then there shouldn't be any real coding issues. And if there are, at that point, you're dropping a support ticket and GAZ's handling it. Okay. For payouts, for commissions, for both myself and for Genius Lab, it is going to be PayPal payouts for commissions. Correct, Sean? Yeah. There are new landing pages. I believe Sean has 6 funnels, 6 EverWebinar funnels, and he's doing live webinars. For our side, we have 4 to start off with, and kind of a 5th. And we will do once weekly live webinars. That's more of a Q&A fireside chat kind of thing. That's kind of more just answering questions and pointing people back to the webinar. A little bit of training, a little bit of storytelling. But on our side, we're getting away from twice a week because we're also going to be allowing other leaders to brand themselves and do their own webinars and support them in that, and help them build it too. There's not going to be a trial for either system. You're going to get you can sign up for membership. The way the systems are coded, we intentionally don't do trials because you can run into issues with people with stealing things, right? Stealing our intellectual property and going through and just jacking things, and then wasting a lot of time, because the 99 is really to qualify people, to make sure they're going through the things right, go through the content, get on the coaching call, not waste time, actually be serious about this thing. And so the things are coded to not have trials. So you got to pay $100 to get in on the webinars. We will give screen shares and show you the back office and show you the tools and stuff inside. Let's see. Cassandra's asking, how long has the system been in development? Sean's side, they've been in development since August or September? if you want to speak to that.
Yeah, no, we've been we started interviewing developers in early August, and we settled on one late August, and then we started the contracts and the hardcore development work started in September. So they've been coding. We have 10 programmers that are working 24 hours a day for us, all over the world. So we have we've got merchants in each different country, so we can accommodate global. And we were just told by our developers today that there's they just beat the 2-hour, 24 hours, 7 days a week. They're under 2 hours with response on customer service issues for the platform. So really excited about what they're bringing. You guys are actually going to get to hear from them, not tomorrow, but soon. They're actually going to come out and do a walkthrough of our software here shortly in the future, next week and a half. So
cool. On our side, we went with a custom solution custom off-the-shelf solution. So there's an affiliate software in the hotel niche that we got connected with through Travis. Got a smoking deal. We have three programs working on ours. They have ran that system though for 2 years, and so the technical things on that side, as far as bugs and whatever, that's been taken care of. There may be a few things on ours, but we don't anticipate that much. And we've been working on this actively for about 5 weeks. But again, that was an off-the-shelf solution. So all we really need to do is add some content and a few different plugins and make a few tweaks here and there. But for the most part, it was already a really nice streamlined platform. And for what we're going for is more a little more agile and a little more putting more responsibility on the user. Like I mentioned before about growing emails, growing your own email list and stuff. We will have system emails, system text messages, all that kind of thing, system funnels. But that's going to be a tool, but not so much of a crutch as what we've seen in the past, at least with GAZ, where people get so reliant on the system. And if those emails don't go out or, their leads don't get emails, the business suffers. We don't want you to get in that to get in that situation. So that's why we're starting it off like that. But I do anticipate a few glitches, a few bugs, but nothing that will be showstoppers. Felicia said, I just started 3 days ago. Will I have to pay again? If you just started 3 days ago, stay where you're at. Stay where you're at for the next couple of weeks. Go through the training, get on the call with your coach. Don't worry about all the system stuff. Just go through the training. That what we put in place, like with the GAZ system, we've done millions of dollars in sales, paid out millions of dollars in commissions. So it's not that it doesn't work. It's just we wanted to create other platforms to let people grow. Okay, so this stuff is proven. It still works. Go through what you're doing right now. Don't worry. Okay. 30. Will a 30-day fast track still exist, or the 90-day? That's a program that is specific on Sean and Melissa's team. On our side, we are putting together some tiered Facebook groups in a similar type program to where we have a single group that basically new members will come into. They get welcome. They have some coaches, some concierge service, and then they have set tasks that they do in that group, and then they graduate into the main group. Okay, we've seen a lot of different issues with just having one group for everybody for everything. Everyone's on a different level. Everyone's on a different different time in their business. People joined 2 days ago, and then other people that joined 2 years ago, and we're trying to cater to all of them. So we're going to have different groups that people graduate into as it's appropriate for their level in their business. So Draper is asked, so no one needs to cancel if they want to stay with Gaz. Gaz will just transfer the Phoenix one's over. If you have a GAZ Phoenix Pro product right now, Pro membership, that is going to be merged with GAZ here in probably a week. As soon as I give Jane the thumbs up, at that point, the training that's in the back office right now on our side, Shauna, Melissa, and Kayla and Chris, That's going to be pulled out. My funnel is going to be pulled out. And then whatever GAZ has created, the new training with Landon and Stapes and their funnels, that's what's going to be there. Sean, Melissa, Brian, Chris, Kayla, all on the same team. They're all under me in Enagic. So I'm a winner, right? Tim was asking this question. But they all have their own teams. They all have their own companies. They all have their own brands. And we want that for literally, like, we want everybody to grow your own real company, grow your own brand, and make a ton of money and get, amazing results. And growing your own brand and audience is one of the ways, the fastest, best ways to do that. And so these platforms are designed to help you do that. Ryan Stevens, so we'll be selling ACE subscriptions that lead to the Enagic upsell. Just curious, yeah, the onboarding process is exactly this. Well, it's not exactly the same. It's the same structure: intro video, questionnaires, comp plan, product video, and coaching call. On our side, we do incorporate a little bit of some mindset training as well into that. On Sean and Melissa's side, I think it's essentially the same. That you've seen their stuff in the back office, and you've seen, the stuff converts, and that's what it is. But yeah, so that's gonna be the front end. On both of our sides, though, we are going to be building product funnels as well. So that's a demand that we've seen and that we've always wanted to do. There's just been other things that have taken the priority over that. But that is something that is on the agenda that will be built in. So if you do want to just sell to end customers, just so you guys know, I'll just explain it. On the webinar, like, yes, when we talk about $99, when people ask about the products, the public webinar, $99 offer, you're like, well, what are the products? What are the products? I say it's high ticket physical products in the health niche. I don't go into detail. Number one, our system is proprietary. This consultative selling process is proprietary. It works. We don't want everybody in the world using it. We want to maintain that advantage. And we want to have qualified people we talk to on the phone. That the idea that 99, that was to liquidate ad spend originally. That's how that came about. And to get qualified people that you're talking to, so you don't spend all day on the phone with 30 people to get one customer. Okay. In this case, you might talk to 2 or 3 to get one trifecta. If you're doing good targeting. So that, in addition, because we wanted to qualify people, part of the reason this process is authorized by the Enagic compliance department is because we don't mention the products specifically in Enagic, we can't do that and also charge, okay, in conjunction with the opportunity. So we can't charge $99 for a system or for the training in order for people in conjunction with the same webinar talking about Enagic and the products. They require that the water be given away for free, and they require that people see the opportunity publicly for free. We're able to stay within those terms and compliance because we bring people into a member site and we provide marketing training, and then we provide a recommendation for a business opportunity. Okay, our system in and of itself has not been a business opportunity. So that's why we're able to be in line with that and stay in compliance. So we're keeping that process the same. In terms of the funnels that have or that are just product focused, when those come online, those will likely be free applications that will either go to a coach or go to the referring affiliate directly. So the person knows what the Enagic is. They end up talking to them. And then we sell the system on the back end after they've committed to a product option to help them market their business. Okay. Let's see. Other questions here. Switch over will happen automatically if you have a Phoenix Pro membership in GAZ. There's nothing you really need to do, although I would recommend you download a CSV file of your leads. So you have that just in case. I've talked with Jaden, their tech guy, about the tags, the technical stuff for making sure leads that are in the system get switched to a GAZ campaign. You need to make sure if you are intending at this point to not use GAZ, you need to redirect your marketing, your links, your domain forwarding. You need to redirect that to a GAZ landing page now, so they stop getting the Phoenix, any of the Phoenix landing page follow-up messages. Okay, that'll make things less confusing for those leads here in the next 7 days once they get a different set of emails. Again, they are your leads though, so whatever system or offer you want to market to them, that you're able to do that. For new buyers who just came into GAZ, if they want to go ACE, they have to pay the $99 twice. Yeah, so if they're within the 14-day refund period and they decide to go GAZ or to go with us or Sean and Chris, and they want to refund, they can do that. I don't encourage that. I would more encourage people to just go through the system, go through the process, get their products, and later on towards the end of the month, they can get in at that point and they can just cancel their future subscription. That would be probably a better, less confusing way to do it. Because again, we're doing a soft launch. We're not, it's not like they can join and then start running traffic that same day, most likely. The goal is to get it that way, but we may not have that by the 12th. So it's better for them just to do what they're doing, follow the training, season their page, start placing some ads, and then later on, it's a simple redirect on the domain. Marta, where will the Spanish platform be available down the line? And can I be a part of both GAZ and ACE? Yeah, if you pay for both memberships, as far as I'm concerned, you can. On their side, like I said, I can't speak for them and what their policy is going to be. Whether or not they may say in the future you have to make a choice, but as far as I'm concerned, you can. The Spanish platform, we do have a plan in place to, on our side, translate everything into Spanish. I believe Sean and Melissa have the same plan. There is a Latino support group right now. One of the girls heading that is on my team directly, and one is on Sean's team. I don't know what choice they will make and whether or not what that group is going to do, but we're all going to support them whatever choice they make. Lisa, I just finished. Okay. Lisa, yeah. So yeah, the other two systems will have full click-by-click training videos. Exactly, very much the same. We're all trying to step up the production quality a bit with all of these. And to really make sure it's very, very clear, we're actually going to do multiple iterations, at least on our side of the training videos. Like we've got one iteration almost completely done, and we're going to have people go through and test that, and then we're going to come back and streamline it based on feedback. So really the whole idea is to make everything just very much, one thing to learn, go do this, point and click, and then come back. Here's the next thing you got to do, go do it. And, this whole process is very much proven to work. We just have to follow the steps. And I think there's a lot of confusion right now because there are the two systems and two different trainings. And so that whole thing is going to be streamlined for us and GAZ. Jessica says GAZ has a 6-month non-compete clause in their terms. We can all be sued. Any advice on that? You're not going to be sued on that. That clause, for one, was copy and pasted. That wasn't something they actually vetted, and it's not enforceable. And I've talked with the leadership on this. So no one's suing anybody. Okay. Natalie, will we get refunded any of the amount from GAZ when we switch? You get if you refund on any product. Again, I don't recommend you refund. I just recommend you start a new subscription and cancel a recurring subscription if that's what you're going to do. But you'll be refunded if you're in whatever the 14-day refund period. Kinsey, the GAZ membership is being merged with Team Phoenix, but I never even did any GAZ training, so I'm thinking of just canceling until I decide which direction I want to go. You can choose to do that. The training, the current training in there is, I will say, is insufficient. And they understand that, and they are fixing that. So, you know, if you want to wait around for that, you can. Kaylee, will there be any new ad training, demographic training? Yes, we're going to have multiple traffic sources that we're going to teach. Everything's going to start with Facebook ads still. But you know, Sean and Melissa have done a lot of testing with YouTube. They know some of the top marketers in the world in all kinds of different niches. Kayla as well, you know, knows, you know, we all have connections with a lot of people and that we can bring in, and that in some cases we have already made deals. At least, you know, on our side we do have, you know, one of the top Instagram people coming in to train, and we're going to offer his training product as well in a marketplace. Oh, by the way, yeah. So one of the things about growth on both of these systems, we're going to have marketplaces that, you know, other experts, you know, that they can launch their products in, that you as affiliates can promote those products as well, that you can learn from and get, you know, great discounts on it. Or, you know, we can do swaps and exchanges to get those, you know, sometimes cases for free. And for our leaders that are experts in their field, like Kayla, for instance, has an incredible training course that's going to be offered within our marketplace, you know, so that people can either promote as an affiliate, or, you know, people can purchase, or people can qualify to earn. We're actually going to do giveaways and incentives, different contests and stuff where you can actually get, you know, there's $2,000 courses out there that, you know, we could just give you as a gift, you know, based on certain actions you take, or, you know, based on contests and stuff. So we're going to have a lot of that as well. Training and everything from, you know, wealth protection, asset management to, you know, investing, trading, cryptocurrencies, Instagram training, Twitter, all the works. But we're still going to start everyone off with a basic training, Facebook ads, and just how to understand and do marketing, because you get results. You know, the best traffic source out there is a traffic source that you decide to master. So if you master Facebook ads, you can make millions of dollars for that, and, you know, launch multiple different businesses and do really, really well. So there's going to be some options for you. Let's see. So this is basically like a Jeff Hughes situation. No, because we're all still playing nice. There's not going to be, you're not going to, when the products are merged on the GAZ side, Philip, it's not going to cancel your subscription. It's just going to be automatic. If you decide to not continue a GAZ subscription, you'll have to cancel it. Bridget is saying it's at $99 a month right now. We're locking in the price here. We're saying it's $99 a month. Later on down the road, months from now, we may change pricing up or down, or have some tiers in there. I know on Sean's side they do have $99 a month, and then $297 for a quarter, and then their normal annual membership is going to be $997. Our normal annual membership will be $997 as well. And we just have $99 a month, and we're doing that. On our side, we're going to offer the $997 to K8 buyers and up as kind of a thank you. And, you know, people are already getting funded or financing, and it's not that much more to hook them up with that annual membership there. Also pay out the affiliate 30% right away, so there'll be a little extra money in your pocket, and you know, a higher level of commitment too. On Sean's side, they are going to offer the $997 upfront as an option, and that's for anybody. On our side, we're going to offer it for K8 buyers and up. K8 buyers or trifecta buyers. Someone says it's old and partly has me confused. Me too. Don't know what that means. Can we build our business via GAZ, then switch to ACE later and learn how to build something else? You can. Like I said, he says, I feel like Landing Stakes funnel is going to be killer. I don't want to miss out on that. Plus, it sounds like Ace is going to be a lot better for the long run. You know, all of it. There's a phrase, iron sharpens iron. You know, because we're making this move, GAZ is really, they've stepped up their game. They're providing more in their system. They're updating their training. They're updating their funnels, and that's great. Like I said, we want people to be able to win with that platform. We want people to win with our platform. We want Sean and Melissa and Chris to win, and everybody in their team to win, because secretly I win in all this. They're all on my team, right? You know, that's not a secret. Like, but no, just in reality, like I want everybody to do well, and everybody can. Like, this is a community of a couple thousand active subscribers. You know, we have about 3,500 active subscribers in GAZ, maybe close to 4,000 at this point. But this could literally be hundreds of thousands of people, and that's the vision. So, you know, there's room for everybody to grow. In terms of the funnels, like Landing States funnels, like that exact funnel, I was part of another affiliate program with them simultaneously. I bought several products from them, actually a lot of products from them, including how to do that funnel. And that funnel is part of, that model is part of our side on our system. We have about 4 funnels that are kind of based on that. And they learn, you know, that's a very much a Russell Brunson type funnel. And Sean and Melissa, they're building the same kind of stuff. It's not a matter of whose funnel, whatever, like who's the face. On our side, like we do have branded funnels between myself, between Caleb, between Brian, different avatars you're going to run to. Same thing on Sean and Melissa's side. You know, different demographics, different psychographics, who the best lead is going to be that enters one of those funnels, or who's the most likely buyer that goes through one of those funnels. And so at the end of the day, like we test everything, and we're just going to use the model that works. Okay. And we're going to continue to split test it and make improvements as we go along. But we are going to offer the opportunity for you to brand yourself much more throughout those funnels and throughout your emails and throughout eventually doing your own webinars, if that's something you want to do.
Hey, Coach, I just wanted to, I saw some people are saying it's $675. It's $695, guys. That's the number, right?
$695 is a discounted annual membership on both sides that we're going to offer until probably the 20th. Okay. Thank you for that. Replays will be posted for both webinars. Yes. Will the Enagic comp plan still be both new companies? Yes. Enagic will still be the core offer. It's going to continue to be the core offer and the only direct sales network marketing company offer within any of our programs for any foreseeable future. Wanted to thank you all. Cool. Thank you. Training is what I meant. I need refresher training. You can go through the current basic training that's in the back office now. We are going to have new updated basic training, literally like super fresh, that is working right now. We understand, like in the old training right now, there's an issue. You keep talking about 5 ad accounts with your business manager. You can't do that right now with Facebook unless you get special permission. So all that's going to be updated. Tim says, will we have the program to be able to see and track who our leads are? Yes. You're going to have full tracking throughout both of them. You're going to know your conversion rates. You're going to know your leads. You're going to have access to your leads and download. Dusty, how would multiple subscriptions benefit us members, or would it? For most people, it would not. If you're brand new to this, or you're a 3A, maybe in 4A, and you're thinking about having multiple subscriptions, I do not recommend that. I recommend you pick one. Just pick one. Because I would rather have you spend that extra $100 on ads. We all still talk, like we have coordinating meetings to share with each other what's working best, best practices, updates. Like literally, like we're not, oh, this is ours. We're not going to share it. So if you think you're going to get better quality training or something somewhere, you know, you may get something. It's definitely gonna be different. It's definitely gonna be different, and it may work better for you. But at the end of the day, we're gonna spread it around. You know, we still learn. I still learn from Landon and Stapes. They learn from some of the stuff we do. I learned from Sean and Melissa, even though I taught them originally. So don't worry about that. You know, you're still gonna get everything you need to win, regardless of what system you're in. So are all businesses still selling in Enagic products? Yes, Enagic is the core offer. Enagic is the core offer. We are going to have an additional marketplace with some other affiliate offers, but nothing's going to be there's not going to be a competing direct sales or network marketing opportunity. That's what we've always wanted is we wanted the systems are supposed to be a training and education and coaching platform. And, you know, we want people to have the opportunity. We want everybody to get an Enagic product, and we want people to participate in that campaign. But for people that feel they want to or are qualified to, they've generated the results, and at that point it will be an enhancer, not something like a shiny ball. For people like that, that's what this is going to benefit the most. Like, for instance, if we have a product, let's say it's a $500 info product on it's like I don't know, how to build a blog, whatever, and like done for you content or something. And we sell that, or someone has that affiliate that knows how to drive traffic, that knows how to run a campaign, that is mailing their own list, that knows how to do webinars. And they sell that as a front end offer on their own. And they make a $300 affiliate commission, and they're recouping their ad spend, and their CPA is $200 a customer. And then they bring those people in, and then they decide, you know, plug them into our system as a bonus, or, you know, they give them a coaching call and show them Enagic, and then that buyer buys that, and they come in that way. Like, that's what that is going to facilitate. It's going to open up this whole thing way more than just, hey, register for the webinar. Hey, did you watch the webinar? Hey, did you check the webinar out? You know, we love that. That stuff works. That's great. And we're not, you know, discounting that. But for different people, different marketing styles, like, you know, we're just going to have a lot of different options for them. And whatever works for you, that's what you're going to be able to do. But still plug everyone into the same common back end and get the most value from and for your buyers. Okay, so they get the Enagic opportunity, they get the products, and you know, obviously your customer value is increased, and you attract audiences that normally you wouldn't attract from somewhere else, because they're interested in that particular offer initially, and then they see Enagic, or then they see our system, right? Tammy is asking, no, Margaret saying you can't get royalties from Enagic doing other systems. You think you're confused. If you're a -3, you cannot be publicly involved in another network marketing opportunity in order to retain your $5K a month minimum bonus. So that's what that's referring to. And I'm the only one that applies to on this call. So that's all we're going to talk about. Although all you guys will be here really soon. Brian here in about a month. Tammy, will Genius Lab have additional fees for training courses beyond the $99? Chris or Sean, you want to answer that?
Yeah, so additional fees beyond the $99, no. I mean, we're gonna be coordinating live events with Coach Odom and Brian and Kayla. So again, we're going to collaborate on a lot of things. Those ones, definitely there'll be an extra charge. And then some of the other training platform programs, there will be, again, they're going to the ability to market those products a little bit later down the road. So yes, there will be an additional charge for each individual, kind of like an a la carte thing. But there are going to be some bundle programs and some other things that we're putting together. But for the main core offer, obviously you're going to get world-class training with the Facebook stuff. And, you know, we've completely redone all of the training as well. We've also got together with a lot of 7-figure earners to build other training programs that we're going to be bringing into ours here in the next couple of months. And so, yeah, but yeah, there will be just a small a la carte fee for those other programs.
Those are like nothing that's required or mandatory. Those are all just like additional like fun programs. If you want to keep growing as a marketer, we want to have that available to people.
Yeah, on our side, we're not going to have any additional fees on the 99 for the system. There are going to be some things we've talked about. We actually haven't put in place yet, but like if someone wants, let's say we give them a 14-day email campaign that they can start off mailing their list, and they want to learn more copywriting training after that, or they want more kind of done for you content. Maybe they want some done for you high production videos that they can use for retargeting campaign, which is retargeting is going to be an advanced training that's available in the system later on. If they want stuff like that, above and beyond the core basic training, there will probably be a small fee one time for something like that, because there are production costs that go into it in terms of our time and actually just distributing that to people. And we want to gate it to make sure people don't get distracted by it, and try to get to, like, we want people to have a lot of information, but only the information they need and are going to use at that time. So putting prices on things help to make sure people stay focused and get the core tasks done, get good at that skill. And then now you can add a layer to it. But at that point, maybe you've met certain production criteria that now we just bonus that to you. And now you just qualify for it for free. Or again, we do some contest or something and you get it for free. But a real product value that normally people would have to buy. But yeah, we're not all about like just upselling a bunch of fees and whatever. We just want the best quality system and the best process for anybody to come in and actually take the information and work it and win. Tammy, will the webinars give more info? Yes, both. And Matt, I like this question. So if your downline chooses a different system, you'll no longer get front-end commissions from them. That's correct. But don't think of this like, oh, I'm losing $30 a month on this person or whatever. Like that's this very, very small thing. And I'm not saying you personally are thinking that, but just for anybody in general, don't be scared because, oh, my downline's going to use this system, or my downline's using that system and I'm not in it, so I'm not getting paid from it. Like, if that system is going to be the system that they use to grow their Magic business to $500,000 a year, you are going to benefit from it. So do not worry. Let them, I encourage people, let them make the best decision for themselves and just let them know, like, hey, this is a system I'm using. This is what I'm learning on it. If you guys mastermind together, they're still on your team in Magic and you're learning each other's stuff. That's what a mastermind is. Like, I pay lots of money to go to masterminds and learn from a lot of different people and a lot of different things. And now you guys are going to get, in some of your mastermind groups, you're going to be able to learn from a lot of different new stuff coming around and a lot of new ways to do things. That's going to benefit everybody. Okay. So don't be scared of that. Peter's asking which one would cater to targeting 30 to 50 age group. We do have a funnel branded around Travis. Travis is about late 40s, double PhD. So that is a particular avatar that is not really being catered to right now. And Sean, I believe you have that kind of similar demographic as well in one of your funnels.
Yeah, we dissected basically our audience from our team and created, again, we have 5 live webinar funnels and then 1 Ever webinar funnel that, so we do cater to the single parent between 30 and 50. Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, so that's a good point too. So 5 live webinar funnels and 1 Ever webinar. On our side, we have 4 Ever webinar funnels, technically 5. We do have they can create an account and get a video and get some content, and then they go into an Ever webinar. and then we do one live webinar per week. That's what our model. So we're kind of reversing that a bit. Conversions on live webinars tend to be higher for the people that show up. But sometimes it kind of depends on the churn rate, because if you have, people can watch another webinar right away, conversions typically are somewhat lower, but we are going to have a live chat on there, and we're going to have some VAs and some coaches that log into the chat that answer questions. So it does have still the live feel, and people are getting questions answered fast. And we think that's gonna work really well also. So I don't see. Okay, so that was the end of the Facebook questions so far. Whew. All right, how are you guys doing? Does anyone want to leave? You can leave if you want. I still. I just
say there's a lot of crossover in the questions, because we're watching the YouTube feed over here. Like, all the questions that have been asked on the Facebook post are, I think, pretty much have been answered in the YouTube chat as well. So
yeah.
KLK Gaming keeps talking about how they read the compliance handbook, and it doesn't say anything about a separate direct selling company after 602-3. But I can tell you, KLK Gaming, whoever you are, you're not allowed to take on another direct marketing or network marketing company after -3. Otherwise, you will lose your distributorship with a Enagic. Not a good place to be.
Yeah. So they're that it's everything with them. Like, it's at the discretion of the company. So if you are that rank, that is a leadership rank in the, like a serious leadership rank in the company. And so that's kind of like you being like a regional manager for Burger King, and then going and doing a commercial for McDonald's, and they're just Burger King is going to be like, what are you doing? So shout out to Brandon's awesome hair. Thank you. I appreciate my awesome haircut. He cut it really short today, but I was kind of worried about it. It's like really short at the time, but whatever. It all grows back. I've had shorter. Yeah, so that again, we want everybody, if you're on this call right now, we would love for you to get to 682-3, and so you have that problem. Oh crap, I'm making $500,000 or $1 million a year, and I can't go promote another direct sales company. Well. We want you to have that problem. Where you're at now, at Enagic, pretty much cool with it. Like, within our system, we have other people that promote different companies and stuff. The same rules apply with any of these systems. You can't go cross promoting for, within the Facebook group for doTERRA or whatever, LifeVantage or all the other ones out there, that kind of thing. But we do encourage you to mastermind. We encourage you to, learn from each other, work together, be friends, all that kind of stuff. Want to go back? I do not want to go back to high and tights. No, Keith. That's funny. Had enough of that. Are there any other questions? Like, I'm fine with being here and answering any other questions. I think a lot more questions will come about, be answered and, be raised on, the webinars after you guys actually see the systems. You get the hands-on feel, and you kind of see what you're working with here. Again, the core process, though, is really, the core process is the same. It's just, what do you do after? We have one play. We're like the Army team, football team right now. It's like, we got one play, and we just run the option. We just run the option, which is great, and it works. When the team is practicing together, and when it's like everyone's talking, meaning the system's working. But what happens when you want to pass the ball? So we're going to have a lot of options for people to grow once they got that baseline skill set down. You're running Facebook ads, you're generating leads, you're getting sales, you're making money. Okay, awesome. Now you got the bills paid. Hey, now you're out of your job. Awesome. Now you have 40 or 50 hours a week extra to focus on building your business. Here we go. Okay, here's how to do that. Here's how to be a leader. Here's how to do webinars. Here's how to mail your list. Okay, you're making 30 grand a month. Awesome. Now what do you really want to do with your life? And if that is, you want to be a 6A28-8, you can do that. If you want to, if you want to build some other companies, but outsource a lot of the work, if you want to start a social media marketing agency, because now you're an expert at doing Facebook and Instagram, and you want to charge small businesses $5,000 a month to manage their Facebook for them, you can do that. And you'll have people in place, that you can rely on as affiliates to do a lot of the work for you too. And, just take a cut from it and just, land clients, run your own campaigns, land clients, outsource the work. And hey, now we want to build a clothing line. Now we want to start a live event. Now we want to, we want to just sit around and day trade, whatever. Like you're going to learn from the best people, have the best training in place and the best network in place to support whatever goals you have for entrepreneurially, personally. And that's what this whole thing years ago, when we started all this, that's what that was. That's what the vision was. It wasn't a system. It wasn't a landing page. It wasn't a webinar. It was, how do we come together and help the newest person make some money online, get out of their job, design their dream lifestyle, and then go impact the world however they want to impact it positively, right? So systems will be released. There'll be logins for certain people within the next probably 48 hours or a couple of days here. And then Rachel is asking if we decide to stay with GZ for now. Down the line, like in a few months, can we switch over to either one? You can down the road. What we do, we are incentivizing people with that one-time only launch discount of an annual membership to make a decision faster and to reward that, right? So you end up paying a lot less over that first year for your subscription there. Cool. And then you have more money to run for ads and to build your business. Any parting comments from the crowd?
Yeah, I'll say just this. Tomorrow, I think it'd be a good idea, Coach, if we have like your launch webinar and the DGL Premier webinar links on your page, maybe. Again, guys, our platform, we're rolling out at 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night. It's digitalgeniuslab.info. You can register to watch what we're going to roll out. And then Coach Odom and Brian will have another link for theirs, which will be an hour later at 7 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night. So just letting everyone know that. So that's all I got. The only other thing I want to say is thanks, Coach. It's been, up to now, and it's just going to get better and funner and faster because we now have more options, more alternatives, and more people we can learn from that are branching out in different directions. And guys, again, this is really a choice for you to see where do you fit? Like, where are you going with your life? What are the things that you're trying to accomplish? Like, do you want to go and run like a massive organization on your own? Do you want to plug into a 90% system and go travel the world? Like, these systems will all give that to you. So it's just a matter of the path that you want to take. So that's what I'll say. So thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah.
What can you Brian's always got something to say. What you got to say, man?
Yeah, I have a big mouth. Whatever. So basically, for our webinar, for those of you that are in my Project Freedom group, we'll probably post it once I get up in the morning, which will be around, I think, like 3 or 4 o'clock your like EST. I'm on the other side of the planet right now. So I'll post that in the group. And Brandon, I'm not sure where you're going to place it. If you're placing it at all, maybe just in the team something.
Yeah, I'm just going to put them. We're just going to put, because a lot of people, the question, like originally, just so you guys know, we were planning on just doing one for Brian's team and one for Sean and Melissa's team, and it just being self-contained there. The thing is, there's so many people in Team Phoenix. Like, there's a lot of people in GAZ. There's GAZ orphans we've taken under our wing over the last year or two, where their upline went and did doTERRA, or they went and did USI Tech, like a lot of people. And then there's other people. I have directs, different 6As or in different organizations. Some people you guys don't even know about, you don't even see, that are still a part of the group and team. And people that are direct to me as well. So But we had a lot of people that, you know, they don't know where to go. And so they were asking about seeing both of them. And so we're going to give you that opportunity again, you know, make the choice that makes sense for you. You know, if you are one of my directs, and I'm the one that really is more supporting you, well, you know where I'm going to be as far as my funnel and what I'm focusing on with the tech stuff. But, you know, I do support your decision. If you want to work with Sean, Alyssa, and Baden, that's fine as well. You just get to ask them the questions instead of me. So that'll save me a lot of time. That's fine with you. Cool. So if you have any other questions, you can drop them below this video. But for the most part, you know, we're gonna just kind of hold off until the webinar tomorrow. Let you guys know what's coming. We got a crank. We got a bunch more videos to finish shooting for the training, and get that uploaded for you guys, so you have everything ready to go as fast as possible. Appreciate your attention and your time. And regardless of whatever your choice is, as long as you follow through with it, as long as you take action and you're committed to building your business and growing, we fully support that. Every single one of us, no matter who you're paying $100 a month to, that doesn't really matter. Where are you going to get the results? So, cool. We're going to end it there. Have a good night.